Well, hello, everyone. Good morning to you, and maybe to others afternoon. My name is Marizol, and I'm hoping I'm live. Yes? Yes. I am live. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you, Gianna. Yeah, so I am live from sunny California talking about Reiki and generational trauma. Generational trauma, we all have it. Everybody who is born is experiencing things that perhaps they're not familiar with because they don't know where it's coming from. Energy vibrations that can be lower within the body that make us feel sad or depressed or angry. And a lot of the times we're not really clear as to where it's coming from. Exactly. It is a very important topic. And many people come to me for releasing this type of energy. I am a Holy Fire Reiki master teacher. I have been studying Reiki since 2015 when I was going through my first experience in dealing with major life changes. And I was at a point where I felt like I couldn't even get out of bed sometimes. And I didn't understand where this was coming from. I've always been a pretty positive person. And the energy that I was feeling was coming at me at all different directions in my relationships, in business, and all of these different things. And someone had mentioned going to see a Reiki practitioner. So I did my Google back in 2015 over here on the western side of the world. It wasn't very popular, but there was a master instructor here in Santa Ana, and she had taught, gosh, she's been a Reiki master for over 25 years now. And with her experience, she has taught me so much on how to release this energy from my body when I had this heaviness on my chest from multiple heartaches, not heart attacks, but heartaches. Let's be clear on that. She was able to lift this energy from my heart, and it was extremely life changing for me. And I thought to myself, I need to learn more. I need to understand how she's able to do this, and can anybody do this? And do you have to be a psychic or an intuitive person to be able to do this type of energy work? And the question is, everybody, or I should say, the answer is everybody can do this. That's why it was important for me to teach this to everyone, because there are so many people that have spent so much money on therapy or doctors, prescriptions, and things like that to help release this energy that makes them feel this way, that holds them back from achieving their dreams. And I have to tell you, you can continue to talk to people about these issues that you're having for the rest of your life. But what we're doing is we're just reiterating that energy. We're keep putting that energy back out there, and then nothing really gets resolved. Now, if you do find some release in talking to someone, because that is very important, I'm not saying don't do therapy. What I am saying is there's other modalities that you can use to help you release this energy. Now, what if I told you that we never even had a chance? What if I told you every time you have a child, that karmic energy that's not resolved, that unresolved karmic energy transfers into your child? And your child gets to deal with all of the things that you did not, or that your family did not. And is that really fair to your child? Well, if you knew that for a reason, and you knew that for a fact that that actually does happen, would you consider or reconsider having children? Because honestly, for me, had I known that all this trauma was being transferred from one body to the next body to the next body to the next body, I probably would have reconsidered having children, although I do love my daughter extremely, but she goes through all the problems that I've gone through. So then the cycle just keeps repeating itself. So I've been working with her as well as many other clients. Every Friday, I work at a recovery center. What I've also found at the recovery center, that these individuals who are constantly trying to numb the energy, so to speak, numb the shining, to dim the light. Most of them are empaths, people who feel other people's energy, people who pick up on other people's energy. And it's can be a hinder, it can also be a reward. For me, it took a lot of time to understand how I can use my abilities, my intuitive abilities, to help others in mastering theirs so that they can use this for their advantage. For example, if you happen to be speaking in front of someone, like we always do, if you are, social, interacting with others, then you want to be able to come from a place where it's your place only and not theirs. There have been times where I get clients too. I'm also a tarot card reader who, oh, thank you for the love. Mwah, mwah. Hi, Lisa. um, I want to express that sometimes people pick up on your partner's energy, right? So if I'm speaking to my partner, my loved one, I feel their energy. And if they are in a state, so to speak, then I can feel that. And in the beginning, when I was growing up, I didn't know where it was coming from. I thought, do I have multiple personalities? I mean, like, what is going on? I feel this way and then I feel that way, and then my body hurts and I don't know where it's coming from. So, understanding energy and how it works and how it gets transferred to one person to the next is really important for your spiritual journey, for your healing journey. That way, you can release all of these. Oh gosh, I call them distractions because they're not yours. So, if you can release these distractions without having to go to the gym for 40 hours a week or take vacations every other day or whatever it is that you need to use as a release, try Reiki. Reiki doesn't hurt. What it does is it channels the energy. As a facilitator, I channel this energy through my body and I send it to my clients. So when these people are detoxing, they're going through this process of not just the chemicals that are releasing their body, but they're also revisiting these wounds. And so, how are you going to, once become clear, deal with these wounds? What Reiki does is help lift that heavy energy off the body, off your auric system, off your meridians, so that your channels can now be clear and you can start creating a new way of experiencing things. Now, this is not something that happens overnight, but you do notice after one Reiki session the way your body feels. It does feel lighter. Now, if you have injuries that are physical, those physical injuries start to heal much quicker. For instance, when I bump my body against a furniture, or if I end up going to cutting myself or burning myself accidentally, all of those things, I will instantly do Reiki on my injury. Now, if I feel like I need a complete cleansing, I can do a whole cleansing on myself. And if I want to do a clearing of energy for someone who is not physically in front of me, I can send energy through the phone, through the cameras, through technical streams. We can also do it through dimensions. We can do it through timelines. It's just amazing, absolutely amazing. And the thing about Reiki is it is a universal life force energy. And this energy comes from a higher vibration. So some people ask, do you have to be affiliated with any type of religion to have that kind of connection? It is a higher source. You do not have to have any type of religious background. I grew up Catholic, but I am not a religious person. I'm more of a spiritual person. I like to connect to all different types of angels and gods and things like that. And so if you connect with a certain deity or angel or God that you are connected with and you want to call them in while you do your Reiki session, you can. When you are attuned by a Reiki master, you are able to not only give yourself Reiki, but you're able to give others Reiki. So there's different levels of Reiki where instantly you can do Reiki level 1 and facilitate Reiki to others in person. Reiki level 2, which I teach all different levels to the master level. Reiki level 2, you can send energy long distance through the different dimensions, for example, which I will be doing for you. And exactly, energy is more than religion. Exactly. So the um, the energy can continue to expand. So when you do become a Reiki level 1 practitioner, your energy vibration goes up 80%. So you're extremely intuitive. Everything opens up, your third eye. I mean, everything you manifest, things just happen really quickly. Once you start believing in this power, the energy continues to flow and get stronger. It reminds me of working out a little bit. The more you exercise, the more you will see a difference. Now, for Reiki levels going up to the master program will give you more symbols that you can use to help release energy. Now, at the Recovery Center, there's one particular symbol I love to use because it is specifically for addictions and for balancing the mind with the heart. Because again, these two are definitely so strongly connected, but sometimes we try and numb what's going on in our mind, even though our heart is screaming, hey, this is not right. So it's really important to stay clear in your mind so that you don't ignore the signs within your body. And sometimes over the years, people do that. They just keep continuing to ignore and they think, okay, I'm going to go do this or I'm going to go do that. Maybe yoga will help get rid of the pain. Maybe meditation will help me reframe my mind. And those things, yes, they can definitely work. And again, sometimes it doesn't because that energy is still stuck inside of your body. I remember one time I had a shoulder injury as a yoga instructor. I've been one since 2009. It would not go away, and I had it for like a good year. And I thought maybe I'm just doing too many chaturangas. I'm not exactly sure. And in 2020 is when I became familiar with sound healing. So this is another modality that I've added to my practice in self-healing. Sound healing makes the frequency change, right? And sometimes the chatter in our self needs to adjust. And sometimes a quick gong to a drum or to a gong or to a crystal bowl can help shift that blocked energy. So that's one modality. Yoga is another modality because that's the physical side of things, whereas Reiki comes in and works on the energy side of things. So what I would like to do for you today, and hopefully every week if you do tune in, is to receive this Reiki energy through whatever your program that you're watching us on, here on Global Psychics TV on our website, or you could be on YouTube. You can be anywhere, but what I would like for you to do is make sure you're in a space where it is quiet, where there's no interruptions, where you can just take a moment to close your eyes and listen to the sound of my voice as I send you this beautiful Reiki energy. And if anyone has any questions after, please, by all means, send me a message, shoot one to me online. I would love to talk to you more about Reiki energies. I'll be here for the actual Reiki session will do for a good 10 minutes if you guys can hang in there for 10 minutes. And then we can do some questions after the session. Does that sound good? Okay. So what I would like to do first is set intentions. Please take your dominant hand over your heart and your non-dominant hand you can place over the belly. And as you sit up nice and tall, ground your feet if you can and close your eyes. And in your mind's eye, I want you to visualize loving light shining down upon just you. Visualize the sun beaming the warm rays across your forehead. And with every breath you take, know that this energy is flowing through you. Now, in your mind's eye, I also want you to visualize golden roots from Mother Earth growing from underneath. connecting to your root chakra that lies right around the tailbone area, supporting your hips. Visualize these roots, grounding you around your ankles, supporting your shoulders, perhaps cradling you like a warm blanket. Good. Now I call upon your spirit guides and your guardian angels. I call upon my spirit guides and my guardian angels. I call upon my Reiki masters, my holy fire masters, my Karuna Reiki masters. Thank you so much. And I call upon Archangel Michael to allow this energy connection with all of you that are watching to be a sacred one. I call upon Archangel Raphael for the healing, Archangel Gabriel for the love. Thank you so much. Archangel Metatron to allow this energy to flow with ease, peace, calm, and joy. Thank you so much. All right, my friends, continue to keep your eyes closed if you can, as I will be channeling this energy and calling it in. As a Reiki practitioner, I like to draw the symbol on my palm. And I will be sending you this beautiful energy through the computer, through the internet, through the phone, wherever you may be watching. I send the collective Reiki energy. And I am circling my hands over your crown, letting the energy flow down the body. Good. I'm sending you another symbol to help release this blockage you may have around your third eye. This beautiful symbol helps to lift your veil so that you may see with clarity. Good. Exactly. And now I will send you another symbol over your third eye to help calm and connect the mental and heart connection. You may feel a little pressure around your forehead, your temples. Just slowly breathe into this beautiful energy and slowly exhale out through the mouth. Thank you. Yes, I agree. People do feel the pressure, so what I'm going to do now is just take my hands, pull the energy out through the ears. And then if you do have tension around your neck and your shoulders, this could be energy that you're not speaking about. You might be holding your tongue. If that happens to be you, you may want to write down in a journal the things that need to be said. You don't have to share them with anyone. In fact, you can even burn the paper on a full moon to help you release that energy out from your throat chakra. Good. And then I always tell my clients, if you have a pain in your neck, could be somebody in your life. So I'm going to send, I do feel pain in the neck, so I'm going to send some energy to your neck and your shoulders. Pull that energy out through your arms. Your hands are also like portals. It's very important to wash your hands, not just for the germs, but for the energy. Good. Now we go down to your heart and throat chakra. Sending you another symbol to help release that heaviness in your chest. If you happen to find pain in between the shoulder blades, just breathe into this beautiful symbol as we leave the past in the past, right where it belongs. We move forward with peace and calmness in our heart. What I also find interesting is when clients have any sort of birthmarks around their chest or on their back, any kind of moles, discoloration in the skin. It could be an exit wound from a previous life. So I always like to do another symbol around that space. Because that's another karmic energy that hasn't been completely released from your body, even though you've received a new body in this lifetime. All right, we're going down now to your solar plexus right below the rib cage. And to your sacrum. I'm going to give you another symbol. This will help you with any digestive issues. That doesn't mean you can go back out there and eat all the things that caused you problems. This is energy work that's connecting with probably anxiety that you might have. If this is not you, don't force it. Some people hold energy in their belly space because it feels like butterflies, but that might not even be yours, friends. That might not even be yours. And then same thing, some people have discoloration or birthmarks on their stomach or their back, lower back. That could be, again, an exit wound from a previous life. Ooh, my fingers are tingling. So as a Reiki practitioner, you do feel this energy as you continue to grow in your practice. The more you work on people, the more you can use discernment and create your own dictionary. For example, when I feel current injuries, they are very hot, obviously, because the blood is flowing to heal that space. But when the injury is old, I can still feel it, but it feels cold and dull. So I always ask the clients if they've had any kind of injury in that area in the past. I don't care if it's been 10 years or 15 years. You can still have that energy stuck in your body. So I'm going to continue to move down, and we're going to go around your hips. So we're here with the sacrum and the root chakra, where we hold creativity, and if that is blocked, you may feel stuck in life. I'm sending you energy around your root chakra so we can get rid of the fear. As I was working over the heart for the masses, I could feel a lot of, oh gosh, it almost felt like it was buzzing. My heart was buzzing. Super excited. So whoever's watching, thank you for your excitement. Don't worry. Like I said, this isn't harmful. This can only help you. And then we're going to go down through the legs. I'm pulling that energy out through your legs. Okay. Out through the ankles. And out through the toes. Good. All right, friends. I'm going to give you another symbol all over your body, your auric system, and balance your chakras. Beautiful. And just let that energy flow like trickling water, cleansing, feeling lighter, feeling brighter. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Nusha's Diary. They're saying they're very surprised it's working pretty fine. Exactly. That's exactly how I was feeling when I first experienced Reiki. It's like, what is happening? I felt like she was touching me, but she wasn't. And this was an in-person. And then when I had my Reiki Master certification done online and had the attunement done online, I felt that too. It was incredible. I actually felt like I was being lifted out of my body and I was completely home alone. So now I'm going to do what's called a fluffing process. Ooh, I just got the chills. The fluffing process helps to kind of mix things up a little bit so that everything's flowing. And now I will surround you with a layer of loving light, as above, so below, tying you from the very top and the very bottom. And I'm going to send you one more symbol over your feet to stop the Reiki energy at the bottom of your feet and ground you from underneath. Beautiful. Good. And then I close this practice with love and light. And I want to say thank you to all of your spirit guides and your guardian angels, all the angels that showed up, and to my Reiki masters and my Holy Fire masters, my Karuna Reiki masters, my spirit guides, my guardian angels. Thank you. Namaste, and I end this session with love and light. I hope to see you all next week and get another boost of power. So before I go, I would like to know if anyone has any questions for what I'm doing right now. I'm just cleansing myself. This is a dry bathing, so to speak, or swiping. You can do this yourself. Just a quick little, if you don't have access to water, you can dry bathe yourself with dominant hand over your opposite shoulder, across your heart, down your hip, flick your fingers, and same thing over the opposite. Then you go over your opposite hand as a sleeve, you flick it, opposite hand as a sleeve, and then one more time on the other hand, arm, flick it, and you should feel pretty good. Yeah, my hands stop buzzing. Okay. Yes, I will be here next week, and same time, 3 p.m. We were a little late this time around because it was my first time, and so I needed to connect with everything and make sure everything was working. So I'm going to dedicate every week to helping those that are looking for energy healing. So if you know of anyone who's interested in either learning more or receiving Reiki energy, please sign up for our beautiful streaming online, and we'll see you every week. We're also doing tarot card readings and talking about all different kinds of modalities that can help you with your spiritual journey. I really appreciate seeing you, all of you, and my daughter Gia. I love you so much, and I hope this helped all of you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.